Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gies Online Masters in Accounting webinar today. Thanks for being here. We have several people joining us today, so I'm just going to take a few minutes to allow everyone to get connected and get settled. But while we do wait, you will notice a QR code on our screen. Feel free to scan that. That's a great way to get connected to our team and to our website. So feel free to give that a scan. My name is Lori Hayes. I'm a coordinator in admissions and recruitment, and I will be conducting this webinar today. I am joined by my colleague, Steph Snyder, who will be assisting in the Q&A. And we do have a special guest joining us as well. Rishi Shah is a current student ambassador for Gies Online and for the iMSA program. We'll hear from Rishi in just a few moments, but for now, feel free to scan this QR code and get connected with us. Throughout our time today, if you have questions, feel free to pop those in the Q&A feature instead of the chat. It's a little bit easier for us to keep our questions organized there. So again, feel free to put those questions in the Q&A feature. And on our next slide, we love to see where everyone is joining us from. So we have a poll. You can scan the poll there and please let us know where you are joining us from. I am based out here in the Pacific Northwest in Bend, Oregon, and Steph is in Central Illinois. And Rishi, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and where you're joining us from?
Yeah, sure. So I'm joining in from Schaumburg, Illinois. The greater Northwest suburban Chicago area. I'm a candidate in the iMSA program. Started in January 2024. So spring 2024, that was my first term. This is now my third term, so I've taken part throughout this whole year in both the spring, summer, and now the fall term. Prior to that, I was a student at Purdue for college, graduated in spring of 2022 with a bachelor's in finance, and then basically went on to work in multiple areas over the next 1.5 years in tech consulting, procurement consulting, then inventory valuation before deciding to head back to school for my MSA with the intention of transitioning to public accounting afterwards, as well as sitting down for the CPA exam.
Great. Thank you, Rishi. Yeah, we'll be asking Rishi all sorts of questions throughout our time today, and feel free to ask questions for him as well, and we'll get those answered. So during our time, we are going to touch a little bit on the University of Illinois, Gies College of Business, and then we will have a more in-depth look at Gies online programs, the iMSA program. We will chat about the curriculum, the content, and some application tips and tricks. Then towards the end of the hour, we will have time to get those questions answered. And Steph, if you don't mind, can you pop in the chat the website link for everyone? Yep, there you go. Feel free to check out our website during our time today, and then you might have some questions based on what you see there as well. So this slide represents many of the accolades that we have here at the University of Illinois. So we have a very strong reputation, not just in academia, but also in industry. Approximately 3,500 graduate students and 35,000 undergraduate students and 20,000 graduate students at the University of Illinois. We are a land grant institution. So what that means is that we are committed to providing access to education at an affordable cost to learners all across the world. 29 Pulitzer Prizes. We were ranked number 12 as a public university in U.S. News and World Report. We are a top 5 National Science Foundation funded research institution, which highlights our strong emphasis on cutting edge research. We have over 50,000 over 500,000 living alumni and one of the largest alumni organizations as well. So you will have lots of support as a current student and alum coming from the University of Illinois and Gies College of Business. We have over 24 million library items, and we are also rated the #1 most disability-friendly campus in the United States. And diving a little bit more into what Gies has to offer you, we were rated the #1 biggest business school of innovation of the decade for poets and quants, #1 accountancy faculty by BYU Accounting Faculty Research Rankings, the 2022 MBA Program of the Year through Poets and Quants. We're a top 10 public undergraduate business school in the nation through U.S. News and World Report, and over 81,000 Gies business alumni to connect and network with at different events, both virtual and in person. So let's talk about the 3 main qualities of Gies online programs. Flexibility being #1. We are 100% fully online and for all coursework and live sessions. So this means you can access the coursework, the live sessions, the group work from your office, your home, or anywhere that you might be. And then in degree planning, we are very flexible and taking 1 to 2 courses per term or semester. If you can take more, you are welcome to do that for sure. And we have an amazing advising staff that can help you with your degree plan as well. And then our tuition is a pay-as-you-go model. So you only pay for courses as you are enrolled in them. Stackability is the second quality. We offer many courses and bite-sized options to stack into your next credential, and that will provide all learners an entry point that works for you wherever you are at in your learner journey. We'll go into the stackability option in a little bit more depth on the next slide. So hold those stackability questions for then. And then online by design, this means that our courses were designed in 2016 to be offered at that affordable price and to be delivered online. There was no pivot. So we offer an innovative delivery of content without sacrificing interactions and collaboration with your instructors and classmates. Rishi, did any of these reasons stand out to you as to why you chose Gies Online?
Yes, of course. So first and foremost, like you said, there's a pay-as-you-go model in terms of tuition. You're only paying for your credit hours plus any additional expenses, but that makes the program more affordable. And so affordability was definitely one reason. Online by design. The campus is too far for me, so I didn't mind doing an online program. My concern was how effective would it be? And to my surprise, the program has been great. Because in every live session, there's a support team. Their job is to make sure that the session from beginning to end runs as smoothly as possible. And so the professors and the associate professors, they are able to do their jobs completely without stalling time or wasting time due to technical difficulties. So those were my 2 big reasons. And flexibility, that doesn't apply to me per se. I know that there are other classmates in my courses who they work full-time jobs or they have kids or families to look after and they don't have time to go to campus or go in person per se for whatever reason. So flexibility, I'm pretty sure applies to them as well as people in this live session, people in this webinar, not to me per se.
Great, thank you. All right, moving on to that stackability slide. I definitely want to take a few moments to chat about our stackability options here at Gies Online. I feel like this is one of the qualities that really sets us apart from a lot of other online programs. Here at Gies Online, you'll see all the building blocks that represent our programs on this slide. We have the free Coursera MOOCs, which MOOC stands for Massive Open Online Course. These are non-degree single 4-credit courses offered on the Coursera platform. We have graduate certificates, which we will also talk about here in a few moments. And then our 3 full master's degree programs, the iMSA being one, the iMSM, and the iMBA. So all of these complement an existing credential. All of these options allow for development of new and targeted material. They allow you to work at your own pace. And lastly, stackability is outcome driven. So by that, we mean that you will see a career impact with each stackable step. So we have something for everyone here at Gies Online, whether you're wanting to start with a single 4-credit course, a graduate certificate, or start right away with a master's degree. We have options that build on one another and work together. So what might be holding you back from pursuing graduate education? We like to see, and you can pop these questions in the chat or you can do the poll, but what are some of the reasons that might be holding you back from applying and pursuing some graduate education? Is it the cost, the online format, time commitment, ROI? You want to make sure that this degree or credential is going to be worth your time and your energy, difficulty, or maybe there's another reason. Feel free to pop that in the chat. But these are often reasons when we're talking to those that are thinking of applying that the things that might be holding them back just a bit. And we want to make sure that we touch on these throughout our time together. So we'll definitely talk on the cost, the online format. You know, many of us went to undergrad at a time when online education wasn't even a thing, or maybe it was, and you know you're not sure if you want to do that again. And so we'll talk about the online format. Rishi will be able to touch on that for you, and as well as the ROI. All right, so graduate certificates. Before I dive into the iMSA program, I did want to touch on this just a bit. This is an excellent stackable option for those that are not ready to fully commit to the iMSA program. And we do offer several accounting graduate certificates, but all of our graduate certificate options consist of 12 hours or 3 courses. It is a brief application process. It's similar to the degree application that you would complete for the iMSA program, but the letters of recommendation are not required and the personal statement is a bit shorter. And all of our graduate certificates are stackable into any of our degree programs, including the iMSA. So we have 13 in total, and there's a grouping here on this slide for just some general business graduate certificates. And then we have our list of more accounting centered or specialized graduate certificates. So these are all of the different graduate certificates that we offer here at Gies Online. And some of them has some different start dates. So if you're interested in any of these graduate certificate options, feel free to ask that in the Q&A, and Steph can get you a link for the graduate certificate that you're interested in. But moving on to the iMSA, I wanted to go over a few quick facts about the program. But this program, the focus is to build expertise in the fundamentals of accounting, like financial reporting, audit and control, and U.S. federal taxation. The tuition does range from about $20,000 to $28,000 with an average of $24,000. The range depends on some of those course choices because our accounting courses are a little bit more per credit hour than our non-accounting courses. Students can complete the program anywhere, the average student completes the program anywhere between 18 and 36 months, depending on your course load, but you do have a full 5 years to complete the program from your start date. So if you need to take time off, there's where that flexibility kicks in, and you are definitely able to take some time away if needed. We have 3 start dates for the iMSA program. We take in new students in August, and in January, and in May. So our next intake would be coming up in January. The iMSA includes 32 credit hours or 8 courses. 24 of those credits of the iMSA will fully stack into the iMBA if that is something that you would like to pursue later. So whether you're a mid-level professional looking to move into that C-suite position, or maybe you are a career pivoter just wanting to get started in the field of accounting, you'll be well positioned to advance in your career and increase your earnings potential with the iMSA. And the iMSA profile here, the average student is, oops, something might be, oh, yeah, there we go. The average student is 36 years old with about 10 years of experience. But as you know, with Rishi here, you may be someone that is early in their career, and there might also be students in your program that have 20 plus years of experience. And then, of course, we have those that are somewhere in the middle. So there's quite a range of diverse folks in career backgrounds and age ranges within the iMSA program. 12% of our students are international learners. And then we have 47 states and territories represented, as well as 36 countries within the iMSA program, and 95 Fortune 500 companies as well. So you'll be connecting with folks from a variety of industries and backgrounds. Rishi, given the diverse backgrounds and experiences of your peers in the iMSA program, how have you found the diversity to impact your learning within the program and maybe some potential networking opportunities?
Of course, the diversity has helped me a lot. So I can give 2 examples. I met a friend in one of my earlier classes that was during the spring. He's my age. He's a very young guy, very early on his career. Currently works in a non-accounting job right now, and like me, he's pursuing the MSA to transition to public accounting, and wants to be in it for the long run, as well as to become CPA eligible. And then I also met another student who is a bit older than me, and his background is a little different. He worked in finance and accounting prior, and he worked in hotel finance accounting. So that's a little different. And he's pursuing this degree because he also wants to transition to public accounting, but as an experienced hire, which is a little different. And then there are other people out there too. Some of them, they're pursuing this degree for CPA eligibility purposes.
Mhm.
Some of them are pursuing it for promotion purposes. Some of them are pursuing it because they want to start their own business and they need more credentials. So everyone has their own reason. Like I said, my reason is CPA eligibility, but the program itself, in terms of diversity and bringing people in from various backgrounds, whether it's finance, accounting, or something as non-traditional as engineering or analytics, it's been great just being exposed to different backgrounds.
Great, thank you. All right. And now to the career impact. So what is the value of our program? Here are just some recent stats for you. We have 76% of our students have received a promotion or job offer during the iMSA program. 22% have received a pay increase during the program, and 96% satisfactory rate with the overall program quality. So the return of investment is pretty relevant here. And you can see that the iMSA program can have an immediate impact on your career. The curriculum, iMSA requires students to complete a minimum of 1 business management course and 1 or 2 course sequences in the principles of accounting in order to apply to the iMSA program. So you will want to make sure that you have those prerequisites met. If you have some questions about prerequisites, feel free to pop those in the Q&A as well, and we can get you some links for some Coursera courses that you can take to meet those prerequisite requirements in order to apply for the program. But in terms of the iMSA curriculum itself, it consists of 32 total credit hours, and that all iMSA students will be required to complete. 20 of those will be core courses that are required by every iMSA student. And then you will have 12 credit hours of electives. And these electives will allow you to kind of customize your degree and gear it towards your own professional goals. And a little note about the I, this refers to a method of delivery only. So it's to signify all of our master's degrees delivered online at Gies. There will be no mention of the I on your transcripts or your diploma. Moving on to faculty, you might be wondering how we are delivering this highly innovative content to our learners. Well, a lot of this has to do with our amazing faculty. We have over 74 faculty members with many years of experience, 200 plus TAs, and then we have a team here at Gies. It's our teaching and learning department of 55 Gies staff members. So all of these groups come together to create the content that we deliver. And I'm going to pause here, and I want to give you an idea of what a live session looks like. So bear with me while I get set up here. And I would like to show you just a brief clip of a live session. And this is with Professor Knoll. He is a crowd favorite, so be prepared to be entertained. All right, here we go.
Hello and welcome from wherever in the world you are. One thing you'll know by now, you'd realize you are not going to be able to just sit back. Got excited.
Absolutely.
I do not believe in exams. It will be a collaborative event, something you do over time with others. And that's what we do in this class. I want you to put up your hands and tell me 2 associations from the case.
Tradition comes to mind.
Associated with a working man.
Also inexpensive and very accessible.
End my classes by saying, all of you, go out in the world and be successful.
All right. So yeah, that is Professor Hayden Knoll, definitely a favorite among our instructors. But Rishi, can you tell me a little bit about, or tell us a little bit about what the live sessions have been like and your experiences with the group projects and tests and assignments?
Yeah, so the live sessions have been great from, like I said, from start to end. They're 90 minutes long max, and there's the tech support team to make sure that everything runs smoothly while the professor and the associate professor is doing their job with presenting the content. Depending on the professor as well as the type of class you're in, there will be a lot of collaboration. So there can be a lot of live polls where you have to select an answer based off the question in front of your screen. And then after that, the professor goes through the work and then indicates what is the correct answer. There are also online discussion boards like Yellow Dig where people talk about issues in the real world. I've seen that common in my tax and law and business law classes. People just collaborate on issues in the real world, which helps from a practical application perspective. And the final thing I'll say is, in all of my classes, the one thing I've seen in common is my professors have the relevant experience for their classes as well as the content they're presenting. One of my professors right now, who I'm taking financial accounting 2 with, he's a former auditor from a Big 4 accounting firm, and then another professor who I'm taking federal taxation with, he used to be a tax and tax associate in public accounting, then went to law school, and then worked as a tax lawyer for a bit. So in terms of their background experiences, they're all qualified and they know what they're talking about, in my opinion.
Great, thank you. All right, and now we're going to talk a little bit about the two components that make up these live or these 4-credit courses at Gies Online. So there is the asynchronous component. These are non-credit bearing courses that you complete asynchronously on your own time that cover the foundation material called the Coursera MOOC. It serves as your digital textbook for each course. These courses offer specific career-aligned training, and so that you are mastering basically a specific topic. You'll earn a digital certificate that you can share on social platforms. You enroll through the Coursera platform, and the content is made up of mainly videos, self-assessed quizzes, assignments, and peer evaluations. This asynchronous component is much more self-paced and self-driven. The second component, the synchronous component that we often refer to as the high engagement component. This is the material that builds on the MOOC foundational material. It will give you the real world scenarios and projects to pull through the concepts that you have learned in the MOOCs. As Rishi said, you do have that 90-minute live class on Zoom each week where your instructor will give their lecture. You'll also have small group breakout sessions in these live classes. They're offered multiple different times to accommodate all of our global time zones. And there will always be a recording available for the live lectures. Your faculty is also available for office hours where you can discuss current assignments, have discussions with your professor and TA, and connect with other classmates as well. So together, the Coursera and high engagement components make up your 4-credit Gies online course. Rishi, how have you been able to balance the Coursera textbook, essentially, and the high engagement components for your courses?
Sure. So I've actually created like a self-made methodology, which I don't know if many other students use, but I personally found it to be effective. So before every live session, I go through the Coursera, and the way the Coursera is structured is that every week there's new content. You have to go through the content, and then there's a graded quiz at the end. You have to pass that, which officially marks that you've completed the content for that week. Then I go and attend the live session itself, and hope that the professor has uploaded the slides before the live session so I can take a look at them before going into them. Now, that depends on the professor. Some professors like to upload the slides a day or two in advance. Some professors upload them right before. Some professors upload them afterwards. So that depends on your professor as well as the class, even the term, whether it's spring, summer, fall. And then after that, I go work on the homework assignments that are either on Canvas. So it can be a quiz, it can be a writing assignment, or if there's another platform like Connect, then I go on that. And depending on the assignment I'm working on, if I need help, I then go to office hours, which you can attend to. The lead professor has his or her own office hours, and then the associate professor has his or her own office hours. So you can pick one or the other, or if you really need more help, you can do both. And you can also schedule a time outside of the assigned office hours if availability is a concern. But help is available if you need it. That's the methodology I use, and I just follow that every week when the new content starts.
Great. Yeah, that is a common theme I hear with our students is trying to work ahead in Coursera and then just utilizing the resources that you have. So thank you for sharing that. All right, moving on to networking. This is a question we hear quite often, is how do you network within an online program? Well, we here at Gies Online, we do hold several different types of in-person events. We have iConnects, which are essentially meetups in metropolitan areas where we will invite current students, alumni, and prospective students, and we'll have a speaker for some professional development. We have immersion trips, and I'll touch a little bit more on those in the next few slides. But these are great opportunities to travel with a group of your classmates, and it offers a really awesome networking in-person opportunity. And then iConverge is our annual in-person event where we invite all current students and alumni to attend a fun networking 3-day event on campus. We just had this, we just had our iConverge 24 last weekend. And then the following listed here are our student-led opportunities. And Workplace, it operates like Facebook. It's owned by Facebook. It's our social media platform. And I like to say it's kind of like where Facebook meets LinkedIn, but there's a lot of engagement and support on this platform. Different groups are formed. You can ask questions, you can network, support one another. You also will have plenty of the group work within your live sessions. And then we have an ambassador group that Rishi is a part of. And this is also an opportunity for you to virtually connect with prospective learners and other ambassadors. And finally, our IGBA is the iDegree Graduate Business Association. It's a University of Illinois registered student organization of iDegree learners, basically connecting the administration with our current learners. And we also have, we have various opportunities where maybe someone's traveling through a place where you're located or you're traveling for work, and you can reach out on Workplace, connect with our students that live there, and possibly set up a dinner. So there are opportunities to network and to meet with other learners in person, even though our program is online. Rishi, what has been your favorite way to kind of network within the iMSA program?
I would say outside of LinkedIn, as well as interacting with my classmates, of the opportunities listed here, it would have to be both group work as well as the ambassador program. At least of the opportunities listed here. One opportunity that I've heard is very popular, but I don't see it listed on here, and it happened just recently, is iConverge. Basically an opportunity for professors to interact with their online students. It happens every year during September on campus. So that's a good opportunity for the professors to meet their online students. I recommend anyone who has the availability to go. But that is definitely a popular one amongst the online students.
Great, thanks, Rishi. All right, so the immersion opportunities, I mentioned that just before, but we have virtual immersion opportunities, we have domestic and international. There's about 4 immersion opportunities hosted per year. All degree learners are eligible. They are an additional cost, and usually the groups are made up of about 30 to 40 students. The immersions are project-based, where you're working with companies to solve real-world business problems. There's also several cultural activities that you will experience on these immersion trips, and we just wrapped up our immersion trip in South Africa, and prior to that, this summer, we had one in Singapore, Malaysia. So this is a great opportunity for networking and to experience learning sessions with various company stakeholders, wherever that location may be. Really great opportunity. And for any of our IMBA learners, an immersion trip can count as one of their capstone projects. Oops. And then iConverge, this, like Rishi said, this just happened last weekend. This is last year's photo. We'll get this updated soon. But last year we had over 500 students and alumni attend, over 38 states represented in 32 countries. This photo was taken outside the State Farm Center, which is where the basketball team plays, and we had a day full of meetings there. But this is just an awesome opportunity. And Rishi, I hope you get to come soon for you to meet your fellow classmates, meet your instructors, meet alumni. It's a jam-packed 3-day event full of professional development, networking, fun. The IGBA puts on a lot of fun activities on campus for the students. We did a service project this year. And then on the Saturday of iConverge, there's always a football game and tailgate as well. So it's definitely a fun event. And from what I've been seeing is that a lot of our alumni just keep coming back, which is really cool. So the numbers keep growing, and we keep getting more and more people attending this event. Workplace, here's just a few examples of some posts on Workplace. You can see that someone was attending a live session at a beach, which I thought was pretty fun. Our Southeastern Asia group holds an event every year, and it's called the iEverything event, where basically as many of our learners that can attend that are located in the Southeast Asia region, they will travel to Singapore for this event and just celebrate each other's accomplishments for that year. So that is held annually. And then another one of these posts is from one of our IMBA students, and Workplace, lots of support as well. Student meetups, here are just a few examples of those student-led meetups where I was talking about maybe you're traveling through a certain area and you want to meet up with some current learners. You can see that these in-person meetups, these are organic, student-led, and that they're happening not only in the United States, but internationally as well. And moving on to learner support, Rishi already gave us a great breakdown of this, but we do have that entire team of advisors available for you. You can set up one-on-one and a one-on-one Zoom appointment. They offer 2-hour blocks of express advising where you can hop on and hop off multiple times a week. There's email support. They can help set up your degree plan, go over the degree requirements as well. And then career resources. This is another question we get quite often, like, what is my career support going to be as an online student when I'm not on the University of Illinois campus? Our Workplace platform does offer a group called the Career Strategy Group, and I'm on there often, and I see lots of engagement among our learners and alumni looking for jobs, and also looking to recruit from our pool of students. So that is a resource that you would have. We also have Big Interview. This is a platform that offers training courses and hands-on practice with mock interviews tailored to your specific area of interest or career background. So you would have access to that. Handshake. All of the students at the University of Illinois have access to the Handshake job board and career fairs. Now, this is a campus recruiting platform designed a little bit more for our residential and on-campus learners, but you will have access. And you just might find that the career strategy workplace group, LinkedIn, or other job boards might be more helpful. But if you're someone like Rishi, where you're not located too far from campus, if there's anything that the University of Illinois is hosting on campus, you are eligible to receive a photoless student ID card where you would be able to attend some of those events on campus. So Rishi, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that of the resources listed, I've used Handshake. It's actually where I discovered the application for my internship that I will be attending this upcoming January to April, so next busy season. I don't want to give too many. I don't want to bore the attendees with the details. I will say it's a tax internship at a Big Four firm, and I will also say that it happened the whole process happened in my very first semester. So for the process to start very early on, And having the opportunity or just getting the chance to intern in Big Four public accounting has been a lifelong dream of mine that I couldn't accomplish back in undergrad. And very happy that it's happening now. So for any attendees out there who want to pursue a career in public accounting, or want to become CPA eligible, this program will help you get there.
Great, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then finally, VMOC is another resource. This is a resume and career development tool that basically will help you improve your resume. And provides feedback and advice on how to make your resume even better. So you will have some resources available to you, even though we are an online program. Okay, one more poll here. So what part of the application looks the most time-consuming or most difficult for you? This could also be one of those things that's holding you back from potentially applying to our programs. And I'm going to go over the application requirements on our next slide. But yeah, what might be holding you back? Is it the resume, the personal statements, letters of recommendation, acquiring your unofficial transcripts? If international, some of our international students are required to provide an English proficiency test score, or maybe it's the prerequisites and course work forms. So we'll go over these here on this slide, but the resume just needs to be an updated resume. You're just highlighting some key points. We really want the for you to shine within your personal statement options. And so just kind of condense that resume into 1 or 2 pages. And then anything that you truly want to highlight, feel free to do that within the personal statement and academic statement options. The unofficial transcripts or mark sheets. So for the application process, you are not required to provide the officials. That will only be required after you are admitted. So you can upload a PDF photo of your transcripts, and that will suffice the requirement there. Academic statement and short answer personal statements. All of these prompts are found within the application. My suggestion is to make sure you meet the word count, you fully address all of the prompts that are asked of you, and really just be yourself. And then the 2 recommendation forms, we will email your recommenders a form. It's a very short form for them to complete. It can be done in as little as 10 to 15 minutes. And then there will be an optional letter for them if they would like to upload a letter. Completely optional, not required, but I would say it is encouraged. And then no GRE GMAT is required. The scholarship essay is available for our January admits. So, but the final deadline for all scholarship applications is October 3rd. So if you are someone that is considering applying for our scholarship, we offer, it's a Coursera Gies scholarship where 70% of your tuition will be covered if you are granted scholarship. Keep in mind that scholarships are very highly competitive, but more than welcome to apply. The scholarship application is found within the degree application. And again, the deadline is October 3rd. Finally, if you are concerned that your profile may not be strong enough to receive, to gain admission to one of our online degree programs, the PAT program, it stands for Performance-Based Admission Track, might be a good option for you. It gives learners the opportunity to apply to PAT as a non-degree student, to take graduate level courses and earn credit. And then if you complete the required PAT courses with a 3.0 GPA or higher, then you will automatically migrate into the degree program. Yes, Rishi.
I just want to add that say that you don't get selected for a scholarship for whatever reason, and paying for the courses is an issue. Maybe not all the time, but a certain semester it becomes an issue. The university also offers a plan. You don't have to pay every course fee altogether at once. You can set up a payment plan. That has not been an issue for me per se, because I've had enough saved up. But a payment plan is an option if financials for a certain semester become an issue.
Yes, and those payment plan options are available for all of our learners. So you would reach out to the bursar office. But if you are interested in taking out the financial aid, taking out some student loans, that is only available for our domestic students, and you would reach out to the Office of Student Financial Aid. Thank you, Rishi, for bringing that up. And then application review. So this breaks down pretty simply. After you submit your application, we will definitely reach out if anything's missing. We accept applications on a rolling basis, so you can apply anytime. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks or more, maybe more, but not much more, before you will hear from us with either a decision or an invitation to complete the video interview. Interviews are just an opportunity for us to get to know you better. And within your iMSA video interview, you can expect just some general questions about your career goals, experience working with the team, why you chose to apply to Gies, and any challenges or contributions that you would make if admitted to the program. All right, let's talk about deadlines. So we have our priority 1 deadline is approaching for spring 25. Can't believe we're already here, but this would be for a January start. So if you apply by October 3rd, there is no application fee. You can gain early access to networking platforms, to Coursera for Illinois. You have that scholarship eligibility as well, and priority registration for courses. And so if you meet this deadline, you would be eligible and are admitted, you would be eligible to start in January. And the final deadline to begin in January is December 2nd. So why Gies Business? Well, hopefully you learned a little bit about the University of Illinois today and our program, specifically the iMSA program. I do feel like the 3 main reasons why I hear most of our students, why they apply to Gies Online, are the flexibility and affordability and networking opportunities. You're able to complete a master's degree without leaving your job or any other responsibilities that you might have. Our price point is really pretty unmatched, especially for the high quality education that you'll be receiving. And despite our program being online, you will have numerous opportunities to meet and connect with your peers in person. So we would love all of you to join us here at Gies. And I wanted to check out the chat here, and feel free to scan a poll. Let us know how you felt about today's webinar, how we did. Did we answer most of your questions? And then Steph or Rishi, do you guys see any questions that I may have missed here in the chat or in the Q&A?
I'm finishing up answering a few of the Q&A questions, but I don't think we've missed any.
Okay. All right. I see one here. Are the classes offered as graduate certificates, the same as courses as the iMSA? So some of the graduate certificates, curriculum, depending on the graduate certificate, may be a part of the iMSA program, but not all. But if you do start with any graduate certificate, even if it is not included in the iMSA program, we guarantee that it will stack or transfer. If you later begin the iMSA program, it would, if it's not a part of the core curriculum, they will likely stack as electives. So that's definitely an option. And then what is the benefit of an iMSA versus a graduate certificate? Well, the iMSA is a master's degree, whereas a graduate certificate is a transcripted certificate, like a certification that you can receive. So it kind of depends on what your goals are. The graduate certificate is a great option if you are someone that is not sure if you want to dive into a master's degree quite yet. Getting started with a graduate certificate is a great option for you. So that, and then again, it fully stacks into the iMSA program or any of our degree programs if you choose to pursue a master's degree later. All right, let's see here. Any other thoughts that you have, Rishi? Anything that I maybe missed?
And Lori, if I could jump
Oh.
on real quick, one question that we've been getting asked a lot, I know in a lot of my admissions counselor meetings and things, is
Mhm.
that individuals are asking if there's a way that they can go ahead and start classes this fall. The degree application timeline has closed. However, you can still apply as a non-degree seeking student at this time, like you were just talking about, by that September 19th deadline to go ahead and get a jump start on some of those classes.
Mhm.
And so I just don't think that's an option that people always look into.
Correct. Yeah, that's a great point, Steph. So if you are someone that is ready to get started right now, you can apply as a non-degree student. The deadline, did you say that was September 19th? Sorry, I've got so many dates in my head.
I know, yes, September 19th is the deadline for that.
Yeah, so and the non-degree application, we should also note, is extremely simplified. It's nothing like the degree application. It is very basic information. You will check a box saying that you have a bachelor's degree and you will likely be admitted. And then any course that you would take as a non-degree student, you will just want to make sure that you are registering that you're registering for a course within the iMSA program so that it will transfer. It would most likely be a non-accounting course, so like an elective, but that's definitely an option if you are ready to get started in October, taking a course as a non-degree student that is a part of the iMSA curriculum so that it transfers if admitted for January. How many credit hours to graduate? It's a required 32 credit hours within the iMSA program. All right, back to you, Rishi. Oh, one more. Sorry, we keep having some questions coming in. Can you apply as a non-degree student if you are in your final semester of undergrad? Yes, you can. A couple different options for someone in this situation is you could either just mark yes that you have a bachelor's, since you would be very close to completing your undergrad, or if you select no, you will just receive a phone call from someone on our team that will basically they want to let you know that in order to apply to a degree program that you have to have a bachelor's degree. So you can just expect that phone call. And they would just want to talk to you about that option. But definitely you can apply as a non-degree student in your final semester of your undergrad program. Okay. All right, Rishi, any last minute thoughts from you?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you all for attending the webinar today. All the attendees, thank you all for asking great questions. Thank you to Lori for being a good host. Thank you to Steph for answering the questions while I spoke. And the last thing I'll say is, if any of the attendees are wondering why an MSA at U of I Gies versus another grad degree at U of I or just another grad degree elsewhere, I would say because this country, and when I say this country, I mean the United States, it's in dire need of more CPAs. Statistically speaking, there's a 300,000 shortage of CPAs. So right now is a great time to go down that to become a CPA. And if like me, you decide to pursue this and become CPA eligible and pursue the CPA, it would be a very great decision, because now more than ever is a great time to enter the industry. I don't know if you guys have probably figured it out by now, but I had a very unorthodox career path out of school into an MSA and then with intentions to enter public accounting afterwards. But I do think this is where I belong, and I hope that others will join me on this journey.
Great. Thank you, Rishi. And I just also want to thank everyone for taking time out of your day to attend, staff for helping the chat. And Rishi, we cannot do these events without you. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the insight that you provided. I always learn something new from you, which is exciting. So thank you so much for your time. And with that, we're going to close out. But one last opportunity to scan this QR code, connect with our team, email us, call us with questions. We have an entire team of admissions counselors that are eager to meet with you and to answer any questions that you have. So feel free to connect. Again, thank you everyone for attending today. Thank you, Rishi. And with that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their day.